Hey everybody, welcome to Rico's Garage. I'm so happy that you could come. This is my current collection of 5 cars. We have the 1997 993 with RWB package. Its name is Yoshiwara. To the left, we have my 1972 240Z. It was built for SEMA 2021 and has a full IMSA kit. Down below it, we stick with the family. This is a 1991 240SX with a full LS swap and rocking a real Rocket Bunny kit. Not Panda, Rocket Bunny. If we keep going over, this is my 2019 SEMA build. It's a 1984 SR5 to start with, rocking a full N3 kit. Down below, sticking along with the family again, is a real 1985 Corolla GTS. The original inspiration of the gold, well, when I first injected it to one of my cars, I used to have a 2009 R35. And I wanted to redo the wheels. And to be honest, my inspiration is John Player. And traditionally, everybody copies the F1 style where the car is all black and they'll do the gold highlights. I wanted to reverse it. So it's not an exact duplicate of the John Player gold. Even on the first iteration, I showed them some photos from online and then we started developing it. Did a set of wheels for my GTR, and then the first car actually to get the full gold was the 240SX. This was the first iteration. When I built this car, I had an R35 at the time with a full Muse kit. The Rocket Bunny kit had just come out for the R35, 458 had just came out, rocking the Liberty Walk kits. I didn't want to do that with my R35. So I says, I've always wanted to build a full JDM build. So at that same time, Rocket Bunny released the 180SX body kit. I fell in love with it. Bought the car, got the kit. Was just gonna do what people do nowadays, rims and body kit and paint. Right. That was the original idea. Right. And the KA had a bad piston. That led on to this. And then it snowballed from there. And then we ended up doing a full rotisserie. This was the first all-out build I started in 2014. This car was stripped down to the shell. It was blasted, it's stitched, it has full undercoat, it has a full LS1 swap, fuel cell, racing seats, full cage. Marcus Fry Racing helped me build this car. So this was the first big build. It took me 4 years. For 2021, this is the latest build. I believe this car has the best paint. We've matured it. This has a different color code than the other car. It has a heavy gold flake. It takes a lot of balls to have minimalist amount of things on the car, because when you look at my car, I'm not distracting you with all kinds of things. You can see my control panel, you can see the seats, you can see the cage. When you pop open the hood, you can see the motor, you can see how we ran the fuel. I'm not afraid to show anything about how I've done the car. I always speak to my elders when I'm doing new builds for insight. Rico, if you're gonna build an S30 240Z, you gotta rock the Mikuni 50s.
Yeah.
This whole setup, all day long, 20 G's, all day
Why?
long. They don't make them anymore. Nismo made them in the 70s, strictly for racing.
Right.
Made by Nismo. You can't buy them, you can't go eBay, get knockoffs, whatever you want. These are Solex. It was branded to Japan, to Mikuni. They carry the Mikuni badge. These are the big dog 50s. New cars, we can go online from Grade A and just order stuff all day long. Old cars, you're not buying it from a store. You're buying it from somebody who has it. A collector, someone who's done it before you. So if you roll in and say, hey, I want some of those treasures. I want some of those goodies. Why should I give it to you? What are you gonna do with it? So what I've been trying to express to people, you have to have good past examples. OGs were telling me, you gotta run the 50s. Minimum, run a 3.1 built stroker L series, and that's what this is. This car rocks a full IMSA kit with no headlights because it looks badass. It looks good on the racetrack and it looks dope on the street. It looked dope at SEMA. Carry over to the inside. One seat. You see it on Le Mans, you see it at the racetrack in Japan. It's full commitment. I don't need anybody to go with me. So full commitment, full race spec with the cage, rocking the new brides from Lot U.S.A. with the Takatas. I have to have the combo. Why? Because that's how I grew up. I grew up on hot version. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do. When we were little kids, you know, we just dreamed of being able to afford real brides, real Takatas. I can do that now. I'm gonna buy that. I know there's all kinds of new off-brands and whatever. Do that. This is what we grew up. The wheels I rock came from Work Wheels Japan. That's who I deal with. I deal with our homeboy JC Pepino-san. We're all friends and family. So with this one, I decided to go with the M1. It wasn't my original choice. The IMSA kit dictated that we had to go 18. You know, I wanted to do the traditional 14 or 15-inch wheel, but we just couldn't fill this tub with a Toyo tire in a 14 or 15. So we had to go to 18. We ended up going in the back 18 by 12 and a half. I run the same tires I do in my RWB, 335s, R888Rs. It's crazy, super crazy. And on the front, I run 11 and a halves. This is a 1984 SR5. It sat in that corner for 4 years. Before I bought it, it sat in the woods of the Santa Cruz Mountains for 8 years. Everything was eaten by rats and mice. I mean, I got pictures of the steering wheel, the wiring harness, and everything. But any true builder or anybody has a vision, it doesn't mean anything. Is there a chassis? Is there a VIN number? Let's go to work. My inspiration for the engine bay was Stance Nation Week Fest in Japan. All the shows in Nagoya. All the guys with the 8.6s with the shaved 20 valves, the shaved 4AGs. Once again, this car was full rotisserie, whole body was completely stitched. The only thing original on this car is probably this subframe. Everything else on this car is brand new.